oversight of autonomous vehicles after incidents where cars killed pets and blocked traffic. Linda Kenyon.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis and lose the weight. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also stop smoking with Mark Patrick seminars. No matter how many times you tried to quit, this hypnosis is designed to destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, only $59.99 or your money back. Join the over 500,000 others who have attended. Weight loss hypnosis today at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Pittsburgh West and Green Tree, 11 a.m. Registration 10:30. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Registration 1:30. Walk-ins welcome or register at markpatrickseminars.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
We'll have a couple of snow squalls around today, which could accumulate a coating to an inch. It'll be windy and colder. Those squalls could also produce some slippery travel and reduce visibility. High today, 34. Partly cloudy tonight, low 26. Clouds and sun tomorrow, high 39. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Matt Rindy, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli.
Shocking, devastating, seismic change. Those words came in reaction to Wednesday's news that the Post-Gazette will cease operations in early May. Why? Block Communications says it has lost more than $350 million over the last 20 years. The company also says court decisions requiring the PG to honor a labor contract more than 10 years old means the newspaper is facing continued losses that are unsustainable. When contract talks with the Newspaper Guild broke down more than 5 years ago, Block imposed terms and conditions of employment leading to a 3-year strike. The Post-Gazette was later found to have bargained in bad faith. The loss of a paper with roots in the late 1700s cannot be estimated. Subscribers are losing a primary source of journalism. In addition, around 500 employees will be without jobs this spring. Worse, Pittsburgh will no longer have a newspaper of record. Perhaps this story will have a different ending and the PG will continue in some form. Regardless, we vow to step up our game as the city's only full-service radio station, delivering timely and unbiased news and information and holding those in power accountable.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com.
Rob Frax on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
And the reason you need news every day is because the news continues to trend every day. And a lot of it is scary. Obviously, the ICE situation in Minneapolis, Portland, Oregon, Venezuela, Ukraine, Taiwan, and now protesting in Tehran. An external group that relies on information from contacts inside Iran says at least 116 people have been killed in the protest, which began in Tehran in late December as anger over Iran's ailing economy, but quickly spread and morphed into the most significant challenge to the government in years. Possible intervention could have troops on the ground. The president is reeling, and I am literally shaking to my core, frightened beyond belief. We are in the midst of turmoil. Every nook and cranny, every corner you turn, there is another disturbing story. America, I urge all of you, whether you be a member of the Democratic or Republican Party, whether you believe in this administration or not, whether you have any faith in this government, our Constitution, or our democracy, but now from one side of this country to the other, we must rally around this country, our neighbors, our citizenship, and the flag and who we are. Patriotism has never been more in need than it is right now. We are literally the flip of a switch, a heartbeat, the snap of a fingers, the blink of an eye from a conflict that we haven't seen in close to 100 years. This is truly the precipice. We could be on the doorstep for a world war, something we haven't seen in decades. Epic, frightening. We could have so much happening from the Middle East to Europe to Latin America that it's overwhelming to think if we in this country have the capability, the grit, the desire, the belief in what democracy is all about, that we would be willing to step up and step in. I cannot believe how many stories are trending every day that I see all of the conflict around the world, but the one that is the most frightening to me is the great divide in the United States of America. People on both sides of the fence, anger, arguing, and this word that I just don't like, but it has never been more evident, hatred. So I urge you now more than ever, if there was ever a time for America to rally around who we are, our roots, and what gave us the opportunity to be great the first time, now is the time, because the clock is ticking and the hour of midnight is fast approaching, and it's oh so frightening to see what could happen. Yeah, I have not been this concerned in a long time. But this thing in Iran, you have people revolting against governments. And what did I tell you when the pandemic started back in 2020? It was more about, yes, God willing, the vaccine, getting through, defeating this invisible enemy, costing us 1 million lives in the United States alone. But what worried me more than anything about what was going to happen post-pandemic. That's why you need your news. That's why you need KDKA every day. You need the Odyssey app. You need CBS Radio News. You have to have it a part in your life, because sometimes when you least expect it, this stuff ends up right smack dab where you call home. And the thing that I keep looking at and just trying to figure out, how much longer before this ends up on our doorstep? And who knows if these cartels aren't intervening right now because of what's happening to them with the president, and rightfully so, this war on drugs, that a lot of these citizens who are lashing out against ICE could be being fueled by these cartels. We could have cells of them in this country stirring things up, making people more angry, putting them on the front burner with a blue flame, scorching hot. We better figure this out sooner or later. And here's the thing. The peace in the Middle East could go up literally in flames, ignite like we've never seen because of what's happening with these protesters. Do you understand? This is how bad it is. And I told you what would happen. When you start taking food out of the mouths of the people of your country, they will do anything to fight back and feed their own. It could happen from Beijing to Peking. It could happen in China. And with billions revolting like Tiananmen Square, remember? Then all bets are off. Russia, sooner or later, the people of Russia are going to say, we have no food, we have no industry, we have no jobs, we have nothing. We're losing our family members by the tens of thousands in this war. What is the truth? What is going on? And then they storm the Kremlin. We could have mass hysteria around the world, but the powder keg right now in front of us is what's happening in Iran, where people were always seen but never had a chance to be heard, never a spoken word. Would you ever lash out against the government? And they're starting to do it, so much so that blood is spilling in the streets. 116 people have died. Airstrikes, ISIS, Syria, that too is the other big story that's been trending since we were last here. You know, as much as I want to focus on what's happening in the city, what's happening in the region, I want to talk about jobs, I want to talk about the new O'Connor administration, you can't help but lean into this, because the big picture, all of this stuff comes back right here on our front door and is as local as local can be. I'm worried about America, but I'm also worried about whether or not when that moment comes, like our grandfathers and fathers and mothers and so many before us did, will we be willing to step up and support this country? Will we be willing to step up and support one another? And more importantly, will we be able to step up and support and be a part of the Constitution, as the founding fathers were, to preserve what we have today, this democracy, this land, this freedom of speech, an opportunity that people are still coming to this country illegally for every day just to have an opportunity. Will we be ready? Hey, when the weather turns bad, turn to KDK Radio for up-to-the-minute news, weather, traffic information. KDK Radio Storm Center brought to you by Duquesne Light Company, larger than light, only on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM, AM 1020. And as always, you can listen to us at 100.1 FM, AM 1020 KDK, or on the Odyssey app, AUDACY. You can also watch us online with our KDK video stream presented by Metropolitan Window Company. Just go to kdkradio.com and click on Watch KDK Radio Livestream, or now you can just go to KDK Radio, our YouTube page, to watch everything that's happening in the studio. 866-391-1020 or NASCO Roofing Instant Access to the shows. Click away, email us at Instant Access, kdkradio.com. Your call is next.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team when they discuss favorite comfort foods. It's the Coons Cooking Hour, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
News Radio, KDKA, Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Market with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. Heard on 93.7 The Fan. Pitt lost to Syracuse. College Hoops 83-72. WVU gets a nice win against Kansas 86-75. Penn State lost to Purdue 93-85. NFL, it was the Rams surviving a scare against the Carolina Panthers wild card weekend game 1 as they were winners 34-31. And Caleb Williams leads another incredible comeback over rivals Green Bay. Hey, 25 points in the fourth quarter. They come back from an 18-point deficit and get the win 31-27. Today, early game, Bills, Jacksonville, 49ers, Eagles, Chargers, Patriots. Tomorrow night, Steelers still a 3-point underdog Acrisure Stadium against Houston. Penguins' 6-game winning streak comes to an end as they get beat by Calgary 2-1. More sports, 93.7thefan.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All right, let's get going. Lots of folks want to talk. Here's Joanne, Point Breeze, up first with your Pratt Pack KDK. Good morning, Joanne.
Good morning, Rob. I was going to talk about that story with that police story. Most of us don't want to defund the police, and I wanted to talk about that and talk about history. When you put your head in the sand about history and the police, but I have a lot to say about that. But what I do want to do is comment on what you said. I told you a long time ago, I mentioned a long time ago, I'll say this, that when that man got in, nobody stopped him, and you can't tell me that a lot of this is not going on about his greed, about not walking softly but carrying a big stick, how he was a bully, how he went about things. I'll just take him. How many people will let you just take without fighting back? So it's time for people to be scared. From the time this man got in, from the time the Supreme Court said, okay, go do whatever you want, now he's talking about, let me hurry up and get Greenland. Come on, let's get Greenland. Why? You know what I mean? Because he wants to do this before the election. So whoever gets in is going to have a hard time following this rogue. So anyway, good for you, all you people that thinks he's so wonderful and everything he's doing. I knew before this is all over, the American people, America, period, will be in such it's just unbelievable. What he's done, what he's doing, and you still have people are justifying. So look at your history and the times you justified stuff that wasn't justifiable, and this is the end result. So,
all right, Joanne, thanks for the call. All right, one-track mind. What can I say? We love her. We love her. All right, listen, coming up today, Father Burke will be here a little after 6:30, Catholic Education Plus. Today, Seton LaSalle High School in Mount Lebanon. Vacations begin here at the Pittsburgh Travel Showcase presented by AAA Travel, January 23rd through the 25th, David L. Lawrence Convention Center. There's exclusive discounts, convenient one-stop shopping. Dream it, plan it, book it, experience it. Tickets and details, pittsburghtravelshowcase.com. I know, it's just, we got to get over this worrying about this president because right now there's a lot more at stake. Let's go to Ted, Mount Washington. Ted, how are you? Good morning.
What's going on, Rob?
It's a very unique day. You know, I just keep thinking one more nail, and it's like it's the coffin of the world. I mean, it's like the world's going to come to an end and implode. Everywhere you look, there's some conflict going on.
Yeah, you're right. And on the basis of that is also economics. When you have countries in debt, the more likely to go to war.
Exactly.
You know, I hate to say that. When you look at the Roman Empire, you look at history. And this is what scares me about this country. We're $38 trillion in debt, and we keep spending money like no one's business. And you're right. I'm worried about us, really. I'm worried about civilization. The rhetoric that our politicians are using instead of getting things done, to me, is shameful. Absolutely shameful. There's really no leadership. No one really... to settle down and actually get things done. They're using issues as a political football just to get reelected. Okay? I mean, every single one, from the Democrats to Republicans, they're not getting anything done. And that's what frustrates me. I mean, I'm politically homeless because I'm disgusted on both parties. Absolutely disgusted. And I don't see a way forward. I really don't. And I think people need to wake up that these politicians right now really don't care about you. They care about themselves. That's the impression I'm getting, Rob.
Well, I totally understand. I mean, unless we start laying down our verbal disgust with each other because of our political divide, we're going to be, I'm telling you, this country is going to be overtaken. And people don't want to believe it, but we better get ready to stand together because they're going to come after us. Sooner or later, this stuff's going to end up right here in our country. We're going to have boots on the ground. The enemy, whoever it may be, will have fighting in the streets. It'll be just like Ukraine when nobody thought it was going to happen. I'm telling all of you, it's going to happen. If we do not get our act together, it's going to happen. And if it does, we better be prepared. And that's what scares me.
Well, Rob, we already got that now with boots on the ground. I mean, I can't even look at the news. It just disgusts me. There's riots all over from Portland, Minnesota. I don't know what's going on over there. You're starting to see states just come apart. And no one's there to be a voice of reason. And we're talking about Americans. We're going to lose their lives because some politician, made a dumb speech. And you have that going on now. I just can't believe it. I mean, being a veteran, I always loved this country. I thought people would rally behind the flag and do what's right. But instead, we're, at our own devices, and we're basically willing to kill each other for nothing. While we got poverty, homeless, we got tons of issues we need to deal with. What we're doing, we're in the streets, destroying property and destroying ourselves.
This thing in Iran, though, man, you have people willing to put their life on the line to protest against this government, which has been ironclad. No one ever spoke out against the government. Can you imagine if that country is toppled? I mean, I would love to see democracy rule the day, but do we have to take care of it? Are we going to have to try to run another country, especially with this powder keg in Venezuela? I mean, we're already, as you said, $38 trillion in debt. Where's the money going to come from to foot the bill to do what we need to do?
Well, something's going to have to give. I mean, I'll be honest, in Iran, I call those guys patriots. Fight for your country.
Yeah, they are.
That regime is a terrorist regime, and it turned our country into a terrorist state from 1979 on.
You're right.
It's time for a change.
You're right. The Shah of Iran, at least he was our guy. Might not have been all that good, but he was our guy.
Oh, look, one thing about the Shah, yes, he was, some taxes were bad, but he's better than what you got now.
Oh. I mean, we're going
better than what you got now.
Been horrible forever. Really bad.
Yeah.
All right, Teddy. Good stuff, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, where are we going to go next? Let's go to Ken, Lower Borough. Good morning, Ken.
Hey, Rob. Joanne's talking history. I'm talking recent history. We had Charlie Kirk that was assassinated. Did you see protests in the street from this country on our side, on the right? It just wasn't there. All I'm saying is left-wing cities in turmoil because of their policies. I try to push this and tell people, I'm a trusted person in this community. I take care of people's homes. I go into businesses. I have dozens and dozens of people that rely on me, Democrats and Republicans alike. I mean, core Democrats, union leaders, they trust me more than their own family. It's a shame. And then you have people that are pushing an agenda like Joanne. I mean, come on now. We're trying to – somebody like Ted, I could reach out to him and talk to him. Joanne, I couldn't even talk to. I mean, Lenny Bruce was talking yesterday. He was talking Civil War on this radio station.
Who's Lenny Bruce? You mean Lenny McAllister?
Matt McAllister, or whoever the heck he was.
No, that's Lenny McAllister.
Yeah.
Get it right. Go ahead.
But anyway, he's talking Civil War. I had to shut it off. I mean, you don't want to hear that. You're having people in this country protesting our president that's negative. But you have other countries like Venezuela, they're protesting for him. You have Iran protesting for him. I mean, these countries are people that are oppressed. I mean, I don't see people on the right fighting this. I really don't. I mean, left-wing protesters, I talked about it yesterday. They're going to cause more trouble than anything. They were indoctrinated, and it's a shame. I mean, it starts at the school level. I mean, and Rob, don't be worried about anything because, like I said, it's going to happen. What's going to happen is going to happen. There's nothing we can do about it.
Well, there's got to be something we can do about it. We just can't throw in the towel.
Well, I mean, it's a shame. I mean, I see it every day. I mean, it's just, and you see it too. I mean, well, MTV went out of business. 50 years. 2-4 left. The paper, 2-4 left. These guys declared bankruptcy until you came back a little bit. I mean, you have to be down the middle. Nobody's doing that. And Corey O'Connor didn't do it when he came out the other day. He should have just ignored it. He shouldn't have said anything about Trump. That puts him on one side of the fence. And if you have 10% of the population, 20% of the population of Pittsburgh that's Republican, they're not going to like him. And those people are going to find a way to get out. And your numbers will keep going down there. You have to be smart in politics.
Well, listen, we're doing good here, man. We're down the middle. I'm down the middle. I'm as down the middle as down the middle can be. I give everybody an opportunity as we do. I think we're the most unbiased opinion out there. You just can't judge when you hear something. You got to listen throughout the entire day, man. Don't start making allegations and accusations until you get the whole recipe, okay? All right, Ken, I got to get to a break. Appreciate you. All right, listen, we're going to spend a little bit of time. We got Rob, we got Bishop, we got Cynthia talking to you up until 6 o'clock. And then today, of course, Tech Vibe Radio will be on the air. And then Father Tom Burke, Catholic Education Plus, he'll be with you until 7. And then Doug Oster, DougOster.com. It's the Organic Gardener coming up today, 8 o'clock. Unique and special recipes. You know those ones that just got some pizzazz to them. And we may throw in a little home tailgate stuff. Big game coming up tomorrow. And listen, this game going to bring millions to the city of Pittsburgh. So for nothing else, thank the Steelers for doing, Coach Tomlin, Mr. Rooney, Omar Khan, all the players, people behind the scenes. Because of their gallant efforts, we are going to put some money into the hands of people in Pittsburgh, especially some businesses who could definitely use it any time of year, but especially in mid-January. So that's something to really get excited about. Dr. Bridget Schufa will be here today helping you achieve weight loss goals, keeping it off, and having a healthier and happier 2026. Accurate solutions as well. And then we've got 2 hours of the best sports talk show anywhere because it's KDKA, it's home cooking, and we have got Gino DeMarco looking back at the last couple of days, the college football playoffs, getting ready for Indiana and Miami a week from Monday, January 19th. And then as the Steelers get ready to take on Houston, many of us remember the Houston Oilers and Bum Phillips and Dan Pastorini and Earl Campbell. We're going to share some memories with a guy who actually covered those games, Bob Dvorak, many years with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Then Mike Leon, Ted Arnaud, Greg and I, all about picking our weekly winners today against the spread. 3 games as far as Wild Card Sunday is concerned, and the Steelers, BetRivers.net, according to those incredible folks, they are getting 3 points as they get ready to take on Houston. All right, so we got a busy day. We are up and running. It's Sunday morning. Glad to have you here. Stay with us. KDKA 100.1 FM, AM 1020. Coming up next, CBS Radio News.
As the owner, coach, and quarterback of your small business, you call the shots. From inventory to payroll and more. Now it's time to bring in LendSeek, your funding MVP. No delay of game here. Get up to $2 million in as fast as 24 hours for business lines of credit or term loans. Let LendSeek's AI marketplace assist you in making the winning play and score that touchdown. Apply at lendseek.com, LENDSEEK.com.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
CBS News Brief. Protests against Iran's government continue even as more than 116 people have been killed. This protester spoke through an interpreter.
People are hopeful now because this time everyone is united by concern for their livelihoods, their income, and their future.
Grateful Dead co-founder Bob Weir has died at the age of 78. Dennis McNally was a friend and publicist.
The road was his life, and music was his life. That was what he was put on earth for, and he did it to the last.
A statement says Weir had beaten cancer but succumbed to underlying lung issues. 3 games are on tap for the NFL wildcard weekend. Here's CBS's Erica Herskowitz.
The action begins with an AFC showdown between the Bills and Jaguars in Jacksonville. After the Bills and Jags, the Niners and Eagles meet in an NFC tilt at the Link.
Then it's the LA Chargers against the New England Patriots. CBS News Brief. I'm Linda Kenyon.
If you're struggling with weight and frustrated with dieting each and every year, Mark Patrick Hypnosis can help. Join the over 500,000 people who have attended Mark Patrick Hypnosis with great weight loss results. Mark Patrick Hypnosis will be in Pittsburgh on Sunday, January 11th.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I had lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful.
And I would just say go for it.
Only $59.99. Lose all the weight you want. Sunday, January 11th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Pittsburgh, West and Green Tree. Weight loss hypnosis, 11 a.m. Registration, 10:30 a.m. Attend this program and find out how the power of hypnosis can help you achieve your weight loss goals. There's limited seating, so get there early. Learn more at markpatrickseminars.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It is going to be windy and colder today with a couple of snow squalls, which could lead to a coating to an inch and reduce visibility and cause some slippery roads. High for the day 34. Partly cloudy tonight, low down to 26. Clouds and sun tomorrow, high 39. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Matt Riddy, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, coming back on Monday, and it'll be a game day. How about that? That's interesting. So I'll talk to you on Monday. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6. Catch you on Monday right here, KDKA.
All right, Colin, sounds good. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow night while you're all enjoying the game. But you're going to want to turn the sound on and turn up this great radio station because we're going to give you everything you need to know to get you into that mood. Ray Fittipaldo of the PG at 6:30. Ted Arnaud, of course, part of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. And then Greg Diolis, Milk and Honey, Sports Entertainment, Diolis Law, part of the Black and Gold Sunday Show, will join me as well. And we're also going to take time tomorrow when I have more time to pay tribute to the passing of Bob Weir. Bob Weir age of 17, mid-60s, joins the Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia, who passed in 95. And he toured pretty much every day for the next 30 years. His last appearance with the Grateful Dead was in August of this year, as you heard. Started to trend late last night that he has passed away at the age of 78. Beat cancer, but some underlying issues. Great rhythm guitar player. You know, really only one top 40 hit, but they were a hit, selling out venues around the world, and people, the Deadhead that traveled with them in their tie-dye T-shirts, kept a lot of people forever young, like the great Hall of Fame basketball player Bill Walton. You know, Bill Walton was one of my all-time favorites, but every time I thought of Bill Walton, I thought of the Grateful Dead. And I alluded to this last night in a social media post from my home studio. We were covering the NFL, so I dropped a little bit of time and talked about Bob Weir. You know, when I got into this business, one of my first jobs was at a radio station playing albums. Yeah, album-oriented rock, as they used to call it. And I was kind of raised on Motown. That was my music of choice. First album I ever bought was James Brown. So I didn't know that much about other than that. And then obviously because of that opportunity, I learned a lot because I did the overnight shift and there would be walls of albums, right? And I had a chance to, you know, basically free flow, play what I thought was good and what it sounded unique, and got into people like Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. But then the Grateful Dead started to pop up. And man, I started to realize, because this was a nice little station and I was in the basement of a bank in downtown Beaver Falls, and we would go all the way to Youngstown, to Cleveland. And I started to get a lot of people wanting to hear more Grateful Dead. And I started to realize thereafter, and as I've grown up and met people along the way, younger than me, older than me, they were a phenomenon. And Jerry Garcia was the focal point, always the guy out in front with the big bushy beard, right? But Bob Weir was right at his side, who was really responsible for their sound and the uniqueness, the harmony, and that rhythm guitar. And just that faith of, you know, just eternal optimism. And I remember not too long ago, I had a chance to see him. And because of age, as we all do, he kind of morphed with Father Time, and kind of the young, virile guy that he was, kind of with that Beach Boy look for years, turned into Jerry Garcia. And he just sounded great and looked good and always had an upbeat attitude. And, you know, when you lose people like this, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow night, you feel as though you lose a little bit of your youth, right? Because, you know, he's 10 years older than me, and as I was coming of age, there would be those beaches or places I would go, summertime, going to a club concert, and there would be that sound of the Grateful Dead in the background. So anyway, he will be missed, truly an icon. And I must tell you, it's the lead story around the world. No matter where you look on social media, there's a post about him. All of the major networks, you heard the great CBS Radio News talking about it. And I'm sure that CBS Sunday Morning, everyone is going to be talking about Bob Weir, who passed away at the age of 78. You know, it's a gift growing older, right? It's a privilege, no doubt. And did I ever even think about where I would be or actually getting to this age when I was in my 40s and 30s and 20s? Absolutely not. I didn't. You know, I would look at my dad. He was my age and sadly didn't live much longer than this because of, you know, years of smoking cigarettes and working in an environment that was kind of dangerous, to say the least. But here I am. But I must tell you, whenever I hear certain things or a name like Bob Weir or music, and everybody's been playing the music, right? It takes you right back to those cut-off Wrangler jeans, tank tops, that year-round tan, because you pretty much were outside from April until September, right? And it would stick with you until next spring. And you wore flip-flops, and that was pretty much your clothing of choice for about 4 or 5 months out of the year. And you would go on these little vacations to places like Lake Erie with your parents, and where the crackling fire down on the beach, and that music on a transistor radio. And up in Erie, you'd be picking up stations up in Canada, and they too would be playing the Grateful Dead. And back then, you know, there were these rock jocks, these legendary names that were such a part. Cousin Brucey, Larry Lujack. Obviously, we had Clark Race here at KDKA. And you would go up and down the Dow, and you would hear these people, right? And it would be a station in New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Detroit. It was a fascinating time. And, you know, to us, that was modern technology. And, when I started here at KDKA, I was working every shift. I mean, morning, noon, and night. And a lot of times I would be on the overnight shift. And what amazed me, and still to this day, and with technology, and obviously we stream the show now. We have our own YouTube channel. You can get it at KDKRadio.com. You can go to KDKRadio.com, KDK Watch. It's nothing they call from Florida or Michigan or, even as far as California. But back in the day when you would be doing a show, you would get a call from Wisconsin, a call from South Dakota, a call from New Jersey. It was big. And if the Grateful Dead or a concert was going on in the city of Pittsburgh, usually on the midnight show, they'd be leaving the arena or Three Rivers or wherever it was. And these people would call you and just say, I had a great time and this and that. And many of them would be listening to a sister station of ours when we were under the Westinghouse brand, and it was magical. And all these things going through my head, and that's why I just love Odyssey and all the things they're doing here. And it's kind of got that national feel to it, And I can promise you the Odyssey brand, as I've been watching, they too, talking about Bob Weir. Bob Weir, really, and here's the thing. All of those deadheads who were young like him, I mean, think about it. 17, he began touring with the Grateful Dead. And he did it for 30 consecutive years, and they were on the road like 300 days a year. I mean, it was nuts. But many of them grew up to be NBA Hall of Fame basketball players, CEOs, politicians. I mean, Governor Newsom has been blogging about them, so definitely a legacy, no doubt. All right, Mary Hours is here, and we've got a busy morning, so we're going to get right to it. So this is what I see in the PG today, Mary, with that first alert forecast. I'm wondering if you are saying the same thing. They're saying breezy, cold, but seasonable for the game tomorrow. And then I'm hearing AccuWeather, we could get a dusting of snow today. So kind of take me through the timeline between now and kickoff tomorrow night at AccuShore. Good morning.
So today we'll see falling temperatures. So starting off into the mid-30s and then falling throughout the day. It'll be windy. We'll have gusts picking up today at about 30 miles per hour, plus some scattered snow showers. So the ridges of Westmoreland, Fayette County under a winter weather advisory, Somerset County along with that until a little bit after midnight tonight. And it starts in a few hours. So we also have a wind advisory into areas into the Laurel Highlands. So here it's still going to be windy, and then it clears out after midnight, and we'll have mostly sunny skies tomorrow during the day when people are out, they're tailgating. Temperatures will be right around 40 degrees, and then game time temperatures into the mid-30s, and it's going to feel into those mid to upper 20s just with breezy conditions. We'll have some gusts occasionally picking up throughout the afternoon at about 20 miles per hour, but through the night, it'll be mostly clear, and we do have those winds diminishing. So I don't think it's a bad football forecast. I mean, we could have snow and all of that, but it's going to be fairly easy.
So is it just me, but when you get a temperature of 59 degrees in January, before you go to work, you find yourself Windexing the windows on the porch, you find yourself sweeping the porch, you find yourself driving and saying, you know what, I'm going to drop this trench coat off at the dry cleaners. I go into the dry cleaners in Baden, and the lady said, everybody's dropping off their coats today. So it's amazing how quickly your mindset changes when it gets a little warm in January.
Right. I know. I walked outside to grab the mail, and I'm like, wait, I didn't need my coat. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, I wish every day was like this. But, we can't have that.
Well, I made sure I brought a coat today. Well, listen, have a wonderful Sunday. Always good catching up with you.
Awesome. You too. Thank you.
All right. There she goes, Mary Hours. Yeah, this is going to be a big night in the city of Pittsburgh. So I'll be here tomorrow night. And then everybody's going to be hanging out, watching the game, doing this and that, but your Pratt Pack are going to be buckled up. Then I go home for about an hour or two and then come right back in and do the Big K Morning Show. And then I'm going to go home and sleep for about a day. But we are also the day after, hopefully we'll be talking about a victory. We're going to be joined by Mike Byers, longtime beat writer for the Beaver County Times. He's actually going to be at the game Monday night, actually going to stay in Pittsburgh until Tuesday morning. He'll kick in with us via the Metropolitan Window video screen at around 6:30, and then Ray Fittipaldo from the PG will be back at 8:30. So we'll have everything for you as far as after the game on the Big K Morning Show, which is Tuesday. So Monday night leading into the game, Tuesday morning after the game. And listen, I would love to see the Steelers win. And after that, whatever happens is okay, because I'm just so fed up with everybody jumping on Mike Tomlin. I mean, I'm just, we haven't won a playoff game since 2016. He's never had a losing season, but we can't win in the postseason. I'm telling you right now, if you watch the Carolina game yesterday, the Rams are lucky, okay? If you watch the game with Green Bay and Chicago, they scored 25 points in the fourth quarter. They were down 18 points. When it's NFL postseason, throw everything out the window. You never know what's going to happen. And I know they've got a great defense, and I keep hearing about this C.J. Stroud kid. I remember him from Ohio State, great player. We got Aaron Rodgers, and we've got D.K. Metcalf, and we've got Cam Hayward, and we've got T.J. Watt, and we've got the terrible Tau, and we've got the city. So I'm just saying, it ain't over till it's over. Don't forget today, Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. We will break it all down for you with the crew right after the news at 11. All right, let me get a short break, check some sports, and then we'll come back and take more calls to the top of the hour. It's your Pratt Pack today on a Sunday at KDKA 100.1 FM AM 1020. Rob Taylor is here with that first look at news coming up at 6 a.m.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKA-radio.com. News Radio, KDKA, Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Market with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. Heard on 93.7 The Fan. Pitt lost to Syracuse. College Hoops 83-72. WVU gets a nice win against Kansas 86-75. Penn State lost to Purdue 93-85. NFL, it was the Rams surviving a scare against the Carolina Panthers wildcard weekend game 1 as they were winners 34-31. And Caleb Williams leads another incredible comeback over rivals Green Bay. Hey, 25 points in the fourth quarter. They come back from an 18-point deficit and get the win 31-27. Today, early game, Bills, Jacksonville, 49ers, Eagles, Chargers, Patriots. Tomorrow night, Steelers still a 3-point underdog at Acrisure Stadium against Houston. Penguins' 6-game winning streak comes to an end as they get beat by Calgary 2-1. More sports, 93.7thefan.com.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Here we go, right back to the phones. Here is Bishop in Denora. Bishop, good morning and welcome to KDK. Great to have you on the air. How are you today? Hello, Bishop. Okay, I don't know what happened to Bishop, but let's move on now to Rob in Plum. Rob, good morning.
Hey, Rob, how are you doing today?
I am spectacular.
I want to give you some positive on here. It's enough of this negative all the way. I'm here for the financials here. Rob, this is the greatest thing ever. Right now, the financials are going through the roof. Trump is doing the right thing by wanting Greenland. And Venezuela, huge silver deposits out there, Rob. This is great. I mean, Trump is doing everything a president should do. As far as Iran is concerned, that's a regime that should have been gone years ago. I don't know how they stayed there so long, but they'll probably go. What I am concerned with is I'm looking at other countries that might actually fall. Cuba, I could see that falling here shortly. The people just taking it over because there's really nothing there in Cuba, really. Tourism. I mean, you got to look at it this way. Trump is doing the right thing. Just stop and think about how many people will be able to do tourism and travel to all these countries. I'm looking at the positive. Everyone else is looking at the negative. Oh, this is happening. None of this is happening, What have we lost? Nothing. What have we gained? Everything. I mean, if you look at the stock market, flying through the roof. Every stock is going up, 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 up. I mean, I'm like, whoa. You know, you turn around and you look at how many people are retiring today. It's unreal. I mean, it's all because of, Donald Trump. Trump is doing an excellent job. I mean, he's really out there as a president. I mean, he's hands-on. This is something we should have had a long time ago. I mean, you got to remember this. I mean, everyone's doom and gloom. There's never going to be a civil war. No, we don't have the resources to fight one another, and basically one side will win and the other side will lose immediately. But I look at it this way: we're not in any way near a civil war. I mean, not with the stock market being up this high. That's the way I'm looking at it. Everyone should be happy. I mean, we got the Steelers season. We got everything here that everyone should be happy about. Everyone's like so down and out. I don't know what people are seeing. I think people are just basically watching the news too much and believing this is happening. Nothing's happening, people. The only thing that's happening is the stock market. That's the only thing I look at. And I think that's, from what I can see, it's a great opportunity for any kid out there. All these new jobs are going to be created. All these new people you're going to see. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it, Rob. I don't know how you feel about it.
Listen, stock market is everything. You just got to keep your eyes on the stock market, no doubt. And that hopefully is hope. But the death and the just destruction has to stop. All right, let's get one more in here before we get out of here for the first hour of the broadcast today. Let's go to Florida and say good morning to Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia.
Yeah, I'm listening to this last guy. Profits from misery. This is disgusting. And I sent you something. I read the Jerusalem Post. The Mossad has said they have infiltrated themselves into these protests. The Shah Pahlavi was an evil man. And when they threw him out of office, Ronald Reagan actually brought Ayatollah Khomeini back out of exile into Iran. We've opposed sanctions on these people. This is why they are protesting. And Israel wants Iran to fall. That's not going to happen. I read about Cuba. We have spread some kind of virus into Cuba. We did it before. We killed their feral pigs. We spread dengue mosquitoes there and caused illness. We're doing it again. We are led by a bunch of evil, godless people, and Babel is going to fall. I am so disgusted with what I heard this morning. People don't know history. They're ignorant. They're greedy. And this is who we're led by. And it's going to lead to our fall. Our dollar will be worth nothing when these BRICS nations, they're already doing it. They're trading in their own currencies. We're not going to survive this. I am disgusted with what I hear people say. And the guy that mentioned, Charlie Kirk, his donors were angry with him because he said he wasn't going to support Israel anymore. They weren't going to allow him to go out and tell his followers that. That's why they killed him. He needs to look that up. And then he can protest about it. I'm sick of you people. Honest to God, I'm sick of you. This ignorance, I can't stand it. Just can't stand it.
All right, Cynthia, you have a great day. We appreciate you. Let's get Bishop back, see if we can grab him here before the top of the hour. Bishop, good morning. How are you?
Sorry about that. I dozed off.
You're allowed. Anyway, it's Sunday.
Listen, I commend Curry O'Connor. He made a stance, and you live with your stance. And I honestly believe that municipality police officers should have control of their city. I don't believe we need the government having these. A lot of them are not trained right. Anyway, that was in my opinion, a killing. I don't think the vehicle was used as a deadly weapon. Now, I have had police training the whole 9 yards. You can fire on a car, a truck, or what have you, if it is coming at you, because it can be used as a deadly weapon, and that's the only time. I don't see that in this case here. I believe the young lady was murdered, and it's shameful when you leave 3 kids. Now, my thing is this. I think the Middle East countries should take care of Iran. They should take care of Iran. They should deal with that situation, not American boots on the ground. Number 3 is, and I'll leave you with this, leave those fine people of Greenland alone. Those are good people up there. They don't bother nobody. They have their own independence. And here you have somebody, in my opinion, I know you love him, is going rogue far as messing with sovereignty. I don't like people messing with sovereignty. And like I said, Mr. Pratt, those people are the minimal experience I've had since I was the Bishop of Nova Scotia and being up in that parts of the world and so forth and so on. They're good, solid people. They don't bother nobody. They go about their daily lives, and that's the same way the people in Greenland do. They go about their lives, and they leave independent. They don't want to be a part of America. Leave them alone, all right? And that's the way I see it. So we'll talk to you. Hey, I'm looking forward to that travel showcase. I look for it every year.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of fun.
Have a good weekend.
You too, bud. Hope to see you there. Yeah, I really love that Pittsburgh Travel Showcase. It's going to be happening 23rd, 24th, 25th. Dream it, plan it, book it. PittsburghTravelShowcase.com to get your tickets. Let me just kind of stack the deck for you and tell you what we're doing. Next hour, Tech Vibe Radio starts things off. And then Father Burke will be here, Catholic Education Plus. And then 7 o'clock, Doug Oster comes in. He's got a special guest. You're going to want to stick around for that. DougOster.com. 8 o'clock, unique recipes. And we're going to throw in some unique tailgate ideas, too. Coons Market opening today at 8 o'clock. Be there all day tomorrow. Everything that you need for the football today. But tomorrow night's going to be an epic night. A lot of people aren't going to be going to work Tuesday. I'll be at work Tuesday, but a lot of folks are going to be taking off because it's going to be one big party. And it's going to go into the night. It's going to mean a lot of business for this region, and really excited about that. So Frank and I will discuss some of the unique items that you may be considering to jazz up your home or away tailgate. And yeah, with the weather not being that bad, like Mary Hour said, a lot of folks going to be down there on the asphalt, tailgating prior to the game, enjoying the North Shore, visiting some of the bars, watering holes. Rivers Casino is going to be jumping. No better place to be to watch a sporting event, especially with the Steelers in a postseason. They got the Landing Hotel. Try to get yourself a hotel reservation. You better call first thing today and spend the night. Wouldn't that be kind of cool, huh? Just Rivers Casino right through the evening, hang out, play the slots a little bit, and put a wager or two, just a few shekels to keep you on the edge of your seat as far as the Steelers. And by the way, betrivers.net. Last time I checked, Steelers are getting 3 points in that football game. So, Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show today as well. We're going to talk college football. We're going to talk pro football. We're going to talk everything in the world of sports. Plus, we'll pick our weekly winners against the spread. So, here till 1 o'clock. Lots to come today. Stay with us. Rob Taylor getting ready for that first look at news from KDKA straight up at 6. And then we'll come right back with Tech Vibe Radio with the CEO of the Pittsburgh Technology Council, Audrey Russo, and Jonathan Kirsting. Next on KDKA, it's your Pratt Pack.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
Rich Fitzgerald, Executive Director of the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission.
This place in southwestern Pennsylvania, with Robotics Row, with AI technology, with all the things that have been happening really over a number of decades, has really put us in a good place. And we're seeing that economically transform this region.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GRAVY25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GRAVY25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GRAVY25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hi, I'm Tom Connors. Went to Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar February 6, 2019. Nothing worked before. Left there and never smoked again. Amazing. Easy, affordable, and guaranteed. A year later, with my wife Michelle, attended Mark Patrick's weight loss seminar. She lost 18 pounds and I lost 43 in 8 weeks.
It's true. He smoked 2 packs a day and nothing worked until Mark Patrick hypnosis. Now we're losing weight together, eating healthy, full on half the food. Crazy. Enjoying exercising. Who would have believed Mark Patrick Patrick hypnosis really works.
It's amazing. I can breathe again, my blood pressure went down, and I've got so much energy.
So much energy.
And look great.
Stop smoking, lose weight now without cravings, irritability, or your money back. Only $59.99. Join Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar and lose the weight. Stop smoking, feel great for only $59.99. Sunday, January 11th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Pittsburgh West and Green Tree. Weight loss hypnosis, 11 a.m. Registration, 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis, 2 p.m. Learn more at markpatrickseminars.com.
Is somebody in the family fighting a cold? Pick up a bottle of Sniper, a hospital-grade disinfectant that kills germs, bacteria, and viruses that are flourishing this time of year. Sniper is available at participating True Value hardware stores or visit disinfectwithsniper.com.
The Colorectal Cancer Alliance wants you to know a lot of things in life are preventable. Ooh, gas station sushi. That's preventable. And even colon cancer can be preventable if you get screened. If you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor. Go to colorectalcancer.org to learn more.
Your source for everything that's news. Hear it on News Radio KDKA. Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 32 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 6 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. Pittsburgh Public Safety says an 8-year-old male child continues to recover at the hospital this morning after he was accidentally shot by a 7-year-old. This happened Saturday morning in the California Kirkbride neighborhood on the north side. Preliminary investigation found that the two boys were playing with a gun in the basement of a residence in the 900 block of Kirkbride Street when it discharged. 8-year-old was struck in the head, currently in critical condition. A 7-year-old and a 15-year-old who was at the home at the time of the shooting were taken to police headquarters for questioning. There were no adults in the home at the time of the shooting. One person is recovering in the hospital after they were shot Saturday afternoon in Duquesne. Police were called to Irwin Street just before 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Right now, no word on the person's condition and no word on any suspect descriptions. Police officers are back on the job in Masontown, Fayette County. Borough Council held an emergency meeting Saturday night. Now, back on Monday, Council voted to disband the police department due to budgetary reasons, but on Saturday night, last night, they voted 6-0 to reinstate the police department. Masontown Police Department employs 2 full-time officers and four part-time officers. A backlash from community members led to the department's reinstatement. Well, a restaurant and brewery on the south side has been ordered closed by the Allegheny County Health Department. Inspectors found 21 violations at the Sly Fox Brewery on South 4th Street and the South Side Flats, including 2 of those violations that were considered high risk. Some violations included rodent droppings, lack of hand washing supplies, and improper date marking of prepared foods. And in central Oakland, the Mexican restaurant La Cantina has been ordered closed by the County Health Department after inspectors found 15 violations during a recent health inspection. One of the violations is considered high risk. The report said there were mouse droppings that were, quote, too many to count, as well as wastewater disposal violations.